You're over 60. You're managing your diabetes. You're trying to do everything right, including taking your vitamins. But what if the supplements meant to help you are actually a mistake? For millions, they are. In the next 60 minutes, we won't just give you a list of vitamins. We will reveal the 5 most common and potentially dangerous vitamin mistakes older diabetics make, and provide the evidence-based, correct approach for each one. The first mistake involves the most popular vitamin in America, and it's one you need to know. This is not a lecture on your past choices. This is an essential course in informed self-advocacy. The modern supplement aisle is deliberately confusing, built on marketing, not on evidence. For those of us committed to wisdom and sustained health, particularly when managing diabetes, guesswork is simply not acceptable. As we age, our bodies absorb nutrients differently. Medications impose new demands. Chronic conditions introduce new risks. Taking the wrong supplement, or worse, the wrong form of a supplement, does more than drain your wallet. It can accelerate nerve degradation, undermine bone strength, and actively destabilize the blood sugar you work so hard to manage. We cut through that noise today, building a precise, evidence-based strategy specifically tailored for senior diabetic health. We start this important journey right now. If you appreciate this level of deep, verifiable health insight, subscribe to Primetime Wisdom. Turn on the notification bell. It ensures you receive immediate access to the strategies that define intelligent longevity. Let us begin by identifying the error many older diabetics commit daily, an error that quietly threatens the health of their entire nervous system. Mistake number 1: using the wrong form of vitamin B12. The first colossal mistake is directly linked to the medication most frequently prescribed for type 2 diabetes, Metformin. It is an effective drug, an indispensable tool for blood sugar control used by millions worldwide. Yet, years of research confirm a crucial side effect. Metformin significantly interferes with the body's ability to absorb vitamin B12. This creates a powerful deficiency risk, particularly for those who have taken the drug for many years. But why does this escalate into a mistake, even when B12 is supplemented? Because doctors and pharmacists often recommend B12, but they usually fail to specify the crucial form required for efficacy in older adults. The standard, widely available, and cheapest version of the vitamin is called Cyanocobalamin. This form is essentially a provitamin. It requires the body to perform a complex series of metabolic conversions to turn it into an active, usable nutrient. Here is the aging factor that exacerbates the problem. Past the age of 60, our stomach acid production naturally decreases. Stomach acid is absolutely vital for releasing B12 from food proteins and preparing it for absorption. Combine that reduced inherent absorption efficiency with the drug-induced interference from metformin, and the inactive cyanocobalamin simply cannot provide the protection your body needs. The consequences of this overlooked deficiency are far-reaching. B12 is non-negotiable for maintaining the myelin sheath, the fatty layer that protects nerve endings. Low levels are linked to profound fatigue, generalized weakness, and significant cognitive changes. Most critically for diabetics, deficiency contributes heavily to peripheral neuropathy, the tingling, burning, or numbness in the hands and feet. Is the nerve pain you experience simply diabetes progression, or is it a solvable deficiency disguised as an inevitable symptom of age? The wise fix to mistake number 1 is decisive. You must prioritize the biologically active form of B12, which is methylcobalamin. Unlike the generic version, this form bypasses the slow and complex conversion process in the body. It is instantly bioavailable for the nervous system and the brain to utilize. When reviewing supplements, insist on methylcobalamin or sometimes adenosylcobalamin, plainly stated on the label. This is more than a preference. It is proactive protection. This simple chemical adjustment provides a crucial line of defense against nerve damage. If you have been taking metformin for more than 5 years, or if you feel persistent fatigue, speak with your physician about testing your B12 status and making this crucial switch. Do not allow a common medication side effect to silently compromise your long-term nerve health. This first fix moves us from guesswork to precision. We shift our focus now to the cellular engine of your body, where a different mineral mistake is undermining your body's response to insulin. Mistake number 2, ignoring the bioavailability of magnesium. Magnesium is the single most underrated mineral for anyone pursuing longevity, acting as a crucial cofactor in over 300 enzyme systems. For older diabetics, its role is even more central. Magnesium is required for energy production, DNA synthesis, blood pressure regulation, and, crucially, for blood sugar control. It helps make the cells sensitive to insulin, essentially acting as the key that helps insulin open the cell door so glucose can enter and produce energy. If magnesium levels are low, and chronic inflammation and poor diet mean most Americans are low, the body struggles to use its insulin effectively. This directly fuels the cycle of insulin resistance, which is the defining feature of type 2 diabetes. So, the initial mistake is often simply failing to supplement magnesium. The secondary, more subtle mistake is selecting the wrong type. The most widespread form sold in bulk and in the cheapest supplements is magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide has poor intestinal absorption. While it contains a high percentage of magnesium by weight, less than 5% of it is often available for cellular use. You are primarily buying bulk powder that passes through your system. You gain a laxative effect, but minimal systemic benefit. This is a classic example of confusing quantity with quality. How do you guarantee your magnesium intake actually supports your cellular health? The key lies in selecting highly bioavailable chelated forms. We recommend 3 targeted forms to fix mistake number 2. First, magnesium glycinate. This form is highly absorbable, gentle on the stomach, and is often recommended for those seeking relaxation, better sleep, and general muscle function. Second, magnesium citrate. While also highly bioavailable, it has a stronger, well-known effect on digestion. It is an excellent choice for those seniors who experience regular constipation alongside their deficiency needs. Third, magnesium L-threonate. This is a premium form known for its ability to cross the blood-brain barrier effectively. It is increasingly studied and recommended for targeted cognitive support and memory function. Your wife's strategy must match the form to your need. Are you prioritizing sleep, digestion, or mental clarity? Do not settle for bulk oxide. Switching to a quality chelated form ensures maximum absorption and directs the mineral to the cellular machinery where it is desperately needed to improve insulin signaling. Are you currently feeling persistent, unexplained muscle tension or daily fatigue? Consider that your current magnesium supplement might be doing nothing at all. This switch is not a minor adjustment. It is a fundamental shift toward optimizing your body's energy and blood sugar response. We have now fortified your nerves and your insulin pathways. Our next focus must be on preventing the structural damage that silently occurs over decades, the interplay between bone density and cardiovascular stiffness. Mistake number 3, taking vitamin D3 without its essential partner, K2. Vitamin D is a celebrated nutrient. Most doctors correctly advise seniors to take a vitamin D3 supplement, particularly since aging skin is less efficient at synthesizing it from the sun, and the risk of deficiency is rampant. For diabetics, adequate vitamin D status is linked to a stronger immune system, better mood regulation, and even improved pancreatic function. So, where is the mistake when most older diabetics are dutifully taking their vitamin D3? The mistake is stopping there. You are taking D3, but you are neglecting its necessary copilot, vitamin K2. Without K2, the entire process of calcium management becomes sloppy and potentially dangerous. Vitamin D's primary function is to aggressively increase the absorption of calcium from your diet in the gut. This is good for preventing osteoporosis. However, D3 is a poor director. It increases the amount of calcium in your bloodstream, but it does not tell that calcium where to go. This is precisely where K2, specifically the highly active MK7 form, steps in. K2 acts as the essential traffic controller, activating proteins that guide calcium away from soft tissues, namely the walls of your arteries and the heart valves, and into the hard tissues where it belongs, your bone matrix and teeth. For older diabetics, the risk of cardiovascular events is already elevated. Artery calcification, the hardening and narrowing of the arteries, is a primary concern. Taking high-dose D3 alone without sufficient K2 risks boosting calcium absorption only to see some of that calcium deposit in these vulnerable soft tissues. This contradicts the very goal of heart health. Is your well-intentioned vitamin D supplement inadvertently contributing to arterial stiffness? The wise fix for mistake number 3 is non-negotiable. Always pair your vitamin D3 with vitamin K2. When purchasing supplements, look for the highly bioavailable K2 form designated as MK7. This form has a long half-life, meaning it stays active in your system for hours, providing consistent protection. If your current D3 is K2-free, simply add a separate quality K2 supplement. This synergy represents a vital investment in dual protection. You are strengthening your bones against fractures while simultaneously protecting your cardiovascular system against calcification. This partnership showcases the power of understanding nutritional biochemistry rather than just following general recommendations. We have secured the foundation: nerves, insulin, bones, and arteries. Now we must address the allure of quick fixes that lead many down a risky path of unverified herbal supplements. If you are finding this rigorous, evidence-based strategy helpful in building your personal wisdom, please signal that by liking this video now. It helps us allocate resources to research more of these deep dive topics. Mistake number 4. Relying on unregulated, high-dose herbals, the cinnamon trap. The temptation is real. When managing a chronic condition like diabetes, the appeal of a natural silver bullet supplement is enormous. This brings us to a pervasive marketing trap centered on cinnamon. You see endless claims, studies, and supplements promoting cinnamon as a powerful natural agent to lower blood sugar. The science is partially true. Specific compounds within cinnamon can improve insulin receptor function and offer a modest benefit to blood sugar regulation. But the fundamental mistake lies in ignoring the crucial difference between the types of cinnamon and the subsequent safety risks. The error is relying on low-quality, high-dose supplements containing the wrong variety of cinnamon. There are two major types: Ceylon cinnamon and Cassia cinnamon. Cassia cinnamon is the variety most widely sold in grocery stores and used in cheap bulk supplements. Cassia contains a significant concentration of a naturally occurring substance called coumarin. While safe in small amounts, regular large doses of coumarin are scientifically linked to potential liver damage and can even interact negatively with existing medications. Since older diabetics may already face complex liver and metabolic challenges, consistently consuming high coumarin cassia extract introduces unnecessary, avoidable risk. Ceylon cinnamon, often referred to as true cinnamon, contains trace amounts of coumarin, making it far safer for daily, long-term consumption. The unregulated nature of the supplement industry exacerbates this mistake. Most generic cinnamon capsules do not specify the source or the concentration of the active compounds. When relying on these, you are essentially gambling, receiving an unreliable dose, potentially subjecting your liver to high coumarin levels, and, critically, delaying necessary effective medical management because you believe the supplement is working when it is not. The fix to mistake number 4 involves 3 layers of wisdom. 1. Prioritize the safest source. If you choose to use cinnamon daily, confirm the source is Ceylon cinnamon. This applies whether you use it in your food or take it as an extract. 2. Demand quality control. If supplementing, the label must explicitly state Ceylon cinnamon extract. Only use manufacturers who provide transparent information about purity and use third-party testing. 3. Set realistic expectations. Recognize that cinnamon is a supportive tool, not a primary intervention. It offers subtle assistance to insulin function. Do not treat it as a replacement for proven dietary strategies or prescribed medication. This mistake is about chasing hype over verified efficacy. Wisdom demands safety first. We must select natural support tools with the same rigor we apply to pharmaceutical decisions. We have addressed foundational health and market traps. Our final mistake focuses on the precision required when utilizing the body's protective mechanisms against internal stress. Mistake number 5. Taking antioxidants indiscriminately. Diabetes is characterized as a state of chronic, systemic inflammation and severe oxidative stress. High blood sugar levels create free radicals that bombard and damage sensitive cells, particularly those lining the blood vessels and those forming the peripheral nerves. Therefore, supplementing with antioxidants seems logically necessary and universally beneficial. The mistake, however, is taking generic, massive doses of common isolated antioxidants based on the flawed principle that more is always better. Take vitamin E, for example. It is a powerful antioxidant essential for cell membrane integrity. But studies involving high-dose isolated vitamin E supplements, especially the synthetic forms, have sometimes shown unintended consequences. They can disrupt the body's natural redox signaling pathways and have, in some contexts, been linked to adverse outcomes. The body thrives on balance, and overwhelming it with a single high-dose antioxidant can throw that balance into chaos. Instead of broad-spectrum high-dose antioxidant cocktails, the wiser approach for diabetics over 60 is to employ targeted antioxidants. These are specific molecules that address the exact type of oxidative damage caused by excess glucose and diabetic pathology. The primary fix for mistake number 5 is to focus on alpha-lipoic acid, or ALA. ALA is a unique and potent antioxidant. It is both fat-soluble and water-soluble, which allows it to function effectively in nearly every tissue in the body, including the myelin sheaths of your nerves and the cellular machinery of your brain. It actively regenerates other key antioxidants, like vitamin C and vitamin E. Crucially, ALA has robust clinical support for improving insulin signaling and, most importantly, for alleviating the symptoms of diabetic peripheral neuropathy, reducing the burning, numbness, and pain associated with nerve damage. This is surgical protection, not blunt force. Another highly targeted choice is benfotiamine, a lipid-soluble, fat-soluble form of vitamin B1. While a B vitamin, its main therapeutic function in diabetic health is its potent ability to disrupt the specific pathways where glucose causes toxicity. Benfotiamine helps shut down the processes that lead to advanced glycation end products, which are sticky, damaging proteins that accumulate in blood vessels and nerves. The core wisdom here is to be surgical, not generic. Move away from high, isolated doses of general antioxidants that may backfire. Instead, integrate targeted compounds like ALA and benfotiamine. They focus their protective action precisely where the diabetic body is most vulnerable: the delicate microvasculature and the long, vulnerable nerve fibers. We have now meticulously broken down all 5 critical mistakes. You have the knowledge. Now we must organize it into a safe, responsible plan. The Wise Action Summary: 5 Steps to Precision Supplementation. You have invested the better part of an hour to absorb this advanced strategy. This requires an immediate, actionable distillation. Wisdom is not passive. It demands application. Here is your actionable checklist of the 5 fixes to implement. Fix 1. Review your B12. Discontinue use of Cyanocobalamin. Transition to the active, highly bioavailable form methylcobalamin, especially if you use Metformin. This safeguards your nervous system and cognitive function. Fix 2. Review your magnesium. Stop using low-absorption magnesium oxide. Switch to a highly chelated form like magnesium glycinate or citrate. This optimizes insulin signaling and reduces systemic inflammation. Fix 3. Review your D3. Never take D3 alone. Always ensure you are pairing it with vitamin K2 MK7. This essential step directs calcium into your bones and keeps it out of your arteries. Fix 4. Review your herbals. If you supplement cinnamon, verify it is the low coumarin Ceylon cinnamon. Treat all herbals as support tools demanding third-party verification for purity. Fix 5. Review your antioxidants. Abandon indiscriminate high-dose blends. Embrace targeted protection with Alpha-Lipoic Acid, or ALA, and benfotiamine to shield your nerves from specific glucose damage. These 5 precise changes lay the groundwork for a safer, far more effective nutrient strategy. We are moving towards quality, not simply quantity. Building wisdom into routine, addressing adaptations and safety. Implementing a sophisticated plan naturally raises practical questions, particularly for seniors managing multiple conditions. We must address common concerns to ensure responsible application. First, the multivitamin myth. Is it still necessary? For an older diabetic, a generic multivitamin is rarely adequate and often counterproductive. It provides the wrong forms, cyanocobalamin, oxide, and inadequate therapeutic doses of essential nutrients like vitamin D and magnesium. It's a passive approach. We advocate for a wise, active strategy. Discontinue the generic multivitamin and invest in the few, high-quality, targeted supplements identified in the 5 fixes. Second, the crucial step, testing, not guessing. This is the ultimate guardrail. Before significantly increasing any dose, collaborate with your primary care physician. Request baseline blood tests for vitamin B12 and vitamin D. Knowing your precise deficiency levels allows you to dose responsibly and track tangible progress. Supplements should correct a measurable deficit, not blindly chase hypothetical benefits. Third, managing interactions with medication. This is a non-negotiable step. You must proactively disclose your entire supplement list, even the natural ones, to your doctor and pharmacist. Supplements like magnesium or chromium can impact blood sugar levels, sometimes requiring adjustments to your prescribed medication. By communicating openly, you transform your supplement routine from a potential complication into a cooperative element of your care plan. You become the informed director of your own health. Finally, the power of food first. While supplements are vital for filling gaps created by aging and medication, remember that optimal nutrients always begin with your plate. Magnesium, for example, is abundant in dark leafy greens, seeds, and nuts. Omega-3s are best sourced from fatty fish. View supplements as the highly effective, necessary tool to bridge the physiological and dietary gaps that inevitably arise as we manage complex conditions in our later years. The journey toward health and sustained vitality in your prime years is not about finding secrets. It is about applying precision. You have absorbed the 5 pillars of precision supplementation for diabetics over 60. You understand the critical difference between the right forms and the wrong forms. You are now equipped with knowledge that few casual supplement users possess. Do not let this powerful understanding remain abstract. Choose one of the 5 fixes right now. Commit to checking the label of your B12 or your magnesium today. Make the small, conscious effort to move from a flawed routine to a wise one. If this exhaustive, evidence-based guide has provided you with clarity and confidence regarding your health choices, please take a moment to like this video. Your signal helps us ensure this precise, uncompromised wisdom reaches others who need it. Subscribe and activate the notification bell to continue receiving the essential, actionable insights that truly define a well-lived life. Your longevity is earned through intentional choices. Keep choosing wisely.